Good morning, everybody. It's one of those beautiful early mornings. I've been going for a couple of hours, but I thought I'd better shoot a bit of a video and show you what I'm doing. So it's sorting out some of the early German stamps. So I'm going to switch the camera around. We'll have a look and I'll show you how I'm sorting them out. Let's have a look. Alright, so this video I'm going to have to cut and go back and forth a bit to show you, but I went through all my stamps, the Germanian stamps, and you saw in the previous video that I cleaned them and washed them, tried to stop some of the toning, and then basically what I've done is, because if you have a look at the Specialised catalogue, you just don't find a particular value. What will happen is there's three different types of stamp. The first one is the Reichspost up here, and I've only got the one here. So that's this one here. If you have a look down the bottom, it's spelled Reichspost. I'll see if I can just zoom in a bit so you can see that. So it's got Reichspost. So that's the first version of this stamp, and there should be 6 or 7 values of that. I haven't got those. I'll end up buying them. The next one is they write Deutsch Reich on the bottom. And they've got clear. See the white clear? So all these ones that have got clear. So that's the next version. And then the final version are these ones here with the hatching at the back. Deutsch Reich with hatching. So you got 3. Reichspost, the clear, and those. So I went through, sorted all those out. And then the next thing you have to figure out, and using the Specialised catalogue as well, and I won't show you the Specialised catalogue because I haven't got permission to show the Mikkel's Specialist catalogue. The next thing you do is you grab a bunch of these, you pick a value, you look it up, and then you can work out if they've got watermarks or no watermarks. So what I've done, so what's a good example? This 50 here, right here. I had piled all those in a pile. I grabbed all those and worked out these ones had no watermark, these ones had a watermark, and these were just the plain all colour. So it was a full colour, mixture of colour, and the watermarks. This one's a fairly unique one because there's another watermark which doesn't show up very much with like blunted stars or like a little a funny little squiggly line thing. It's called Watermark Y. If you find that, it's worth $1,600, which would be fantastic. So what I've done is these numbers here are the Mikkel's catalogue number, and I've put no watermark, and basically that's the order they'll be set up on the pages. So basically I'm just going through each and every single pile and working out if they've got watermarks or not watermarks and putting a number on them. Once I finish putting all the numbers on them, then I'll set them out in the pages. Yes, long, tedious, fun sort of process. Now, after I do that and put them on the pages, and you go to Mikkel's catalogue, for instance, I'm not sure which is the right one or not, but just say I put these on the page, they're also then different varieties or printings. So you've got wartime printing, peacetime printing, and then also if it's been printed by a different like manufacturer or something, the letters might change, or there'll be a mark on the crown. So the specialization doesn't finish here. All I'm trying to do is get these in the right time period on my album. And once I got the right time period, I then look at the Mikkel's catalogue and research what are the other varieties I have to separate. So yeah, it's going to be a long, not tedious, enjoyable experience, but I wanted to show you how I'm going through it. Now, once I'm finished, or not finished, as I move through, I'll shoot every half an hour or every hour as I go along. But this will take quite a few days, fun days. Anyway, all right, guys, I just wanted to show you what I'm doing and talk about it. Have a nice cup of tea. And for me, I'm leaving you for the next 5 or 6 hours, but I'll be talking in the next couple of seconds. Anyway, the beauty of video. Cheers. All right, so what have I done so far? I have been a busy little stamp collector, specialised stamp collector. So using the Mikkel's stamp catalogue, and it's really, really good. I mean, without a doubt, one of the best source references for the German Reich. What they've got is a big like big square sheet in there, square boxes that have every single Germania issue from, I think, from 2 all the way up to, you know, your 4 marks. And then they just go through the differences. So, you know, the Reichspost, which I've only got one of. So I've been looking on eBay trying to find the whole set of the Reichspost because that's the only one I've got. And then the Durchreich with the clear in them, and then the ones with the hatching. And then I've gone through and found no watermark, everything like that. And I've put these numbers on them. So they're the Mikkel's numbers. And yeah, so now I know how to set them out on the pages. So I will turn this off and I'll go get some pages and I will put these in order and put them in their own pages and put them into my new album. Then after I do all that, then I have to find the differences between the wartime and peacetime printings. That will be fun. But this, it probably took me a few hours or a few visits. I'd run up every time I had a spare hour and sit here early in the morning and work them all out. But that's a huge relief to get all this done. Like I'm like, wow, one step closer to setting them out. And once these are completed, I'll move on to the next. But anyway, give me... you'll give me 1 second and I'll be straight back, but it'll probably take me another hour to put all these into the pages. All right, cool. Hang on one. All right, just a little catch up. I'll just show you how I'm putting them in. So I'm doing my little, and I'll just zoom in. I'm doing my little tags and filling them out. So going to the Mikkel's catalogue, I know that the next set is, I did the Reichspost, there's only one stamp, so pretty boring to see at this stage. But this one is 68, 69, 70, 71. They're all Mikkel's sort of numbers. And as you can see, I've set all these up, all the Germanias with all the different numbers. And I've worked all that, you know, before. And then now all I have to do is set out the numbers from the catalogue in order and then just place them in. And as you can see, a lot of people only collect the one stamp. But this is this Ultramarine Germania, Mikkel's 72, is a really good example that there's all these different colours. Look at that. Now, I still have to do peace and wartime printings, but these ones are 1902, so we don't have to worry about that. It's the later versions. But there is also, I've had a look at the perforations. These are 14 by 14 and a quarter. There's a sort of thing in the catalogue saying there's a 10 by 10 letterpress, so I've got to try and work out what that means. But this is what it's going to look like. I've got to fill those 3 in there, but I'm just showing you my method of madness. And that's what it really is. And yeah, and I keep more than one stamp. Like, I just can't not get the different colours and different versions, or even the cancellations. Like some of these, look at these cancellations. Just gorgeous. So that's why people always ask me, have you spares? It's like, oh, I haven't really got any spares. How do you find the difference? Look at that cancellation. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I'll keep going and I'll show you where I get up to. Right, I've finished these pages. As you can see, there are differences because the beauty about these sheets is you can move them back and forth. Now, I did find that these ones here are the Brown 3. I think it's PF. I'm not sure. I don't know the correct pronunciation, so I don't want to embarrass myself on camera. But there was a whole heap of beautiful cancellations. Look at these cancellations. So I basically got another little thing, identified them and said cancellations, because how can you give those away? Like, they're the better stamps, but then you want some clear ones with different colors. So yeah, I'm in a rock and a hard place. I've got to keep more than one stamp because of all the colors, and there could be other things I don't know yet, so I've got to keep those as well. So the greens, there's a lot of these as well, and I've put a line of beautiful cancels, and then I've got different colors at the top, and then the 10, which, as you know, there's so many more of these. I try to keep all the colors, no rhyme and reason with the colors, kept them, and then the beautiful cancellations on the bottom line. And then I've done this sheet, 20s, and then we've got the mixed colors, 25s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 80s. There we go. So now I'm going to put these sheets in my album. So the album is right here. So I'll put those in, and look at that. My first couple of really good pages. Now I've got other pages filled, but this is the first sorting out, like real sorting out, making sure like these are all got no watermarks whatsoever. A lot of these ones left have got watermarks. So this is how I go to the 10th degree to try and work these things out, because, you know, they are all different. Yes, I know. It's a strain to have my brain work this way, but it's all fun, people. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go. All right, what an idiot I am. I was just going through my album, German album, and there's a page of Reichspost. So one of my Johns sent me these through. I thought I had more of them. I just couldn't find them. I pulled all the other Dusch Reich ones out, but this page was hidden up the front. So I have got some Reichspost. Don't feel bad for me. All right, I'm going to fill that page out properly now. All right, just an update on the Reichspost. So thanks to one of my Johns, they sent me the Reichspost stamps. I've been sent so many German stamps, it's hard to remember who sent what. So basically set them all out. Now I am missing Mikkel's 58, 59. Let's zoom in for those. That's the 25 PF, 30 PF, and then the 50 PF and 80. Now I've put 2 on the one line. I didn't want to start a new page and leave a blank page in my book. So when I get more of these Reichsposts, I will then spread them out. But at the moment, they're looking pretty good. That's a lot better than having just 110. But yeah, I think it looks quite nice, that page. There's a lot less. Hopefully I'll be able to find more now. The beauty about, and this is why I like filling out these little tags here and leave the blank, it's something for me to search now. Like I'll take a photo of this and go to a stamp group or a stamp fair, and I'll look for those. On eBay, I'll try and look for them on eBay, anywhere, and then I'll try and fill those. And then I might lose myself once I fill them all up and then go, oh, I might go get mint. But a lot of mint stamps in Germany are a lot cheaper, so we'll see how we go. All right, I'm going to start to my next page. How exciting is this? I'm just hopping in. I'm doing the next lot of the Germanias. All right, so 84 to 93. And I just want to show you the method behind my madness. So when I first started all these out, and I should have probably, I just used a bit of post-it note and I just wrote the number with a watermark, no watermark and watermark 2. And yeah, just went through them. But then once I've now started putting them into the book or whatever, I've now filled out my little tags, which I've got a huge little box full of different tags. And then just place those tags on top of those stamps so I know which order they go in. All right, so just the method behind my madness. I probably could have just filled those tags out and put them on top, but it just worked out easier and quicker to put the post-it note on top because I was still trying to work them out. But yeah, anyway, we'll build these up and I'll shoot the next video. Oh, I'll show you what it looks like. Right, I'll show you what I've done now. These are the ones, our Germania with the watermarks. So I'll just scoop in. So I have just got a mint one there. I am missing the grey. It's a fairly expensive one. As you can see, I've done second lines on a lot of these because the cancellations are so beautiful in different towns. I love collecting cancellations. And I've got so many different variations because they're all different colours. Plus, you know, I need to look for any other varieties, so I need to keep them. I do have some leftovers over here, but I want to keep those just in case there are further varieties I don't know about. So you've just got to keep them for a bit longer. Beautiful cancellations on the bottom there. I'll go through all these again at the end and take my time. Also, perforations have been popping up, so I've just turned them around the other way so we can see the perforation. You never know. People know something about them. This one here got the yellow paper. I couldn't find a separate number for that. I think they're all yellow paper, but this is just very yellow. Cancellations again. This section took up 3 pages, but it's better to sort of, you know, add them all in. Looking at just one stamp and saying, you know, collecting just one stamp and saying, oh, that's my watermark or just non-watermark or whatever. I like to separate them, you know. I like to get the no watermark, the watermark. I like the different perforations. I like all the different colors. I mean, that's how I like to collect. It's more of a specialized version or way. If you have a look at these are the Ultramarines. They are all very much different colors. So later on, I'll look at all those different varieties. And here's the last page. I think they look quite nice. All right, let's get back. I've still got a whole heap more to go. How exciting. So major finding, just looking through the Specialist catalogue there. My next couple of sheets, I've got to go back through all those last stamps and find the wartime printings for 1915, so World War One. And they're denoted by a McKell's, and it'll be 92, and it'll be 2 1s, all right? I think it's 2 I's or something like that, and work those out. So that's why there were so many different colour variations in those last stamps. Now, watching Ken's stamp videos, it's very hard to determine or make that decision, which is peacetime and wartime. So I'm going to watch his videos a couple more times. I love him. He is so technically detailed in how he describes the German Reich stamps and all the German stamps. So I'm going to go through those again and check them out. If you haven't seen his videos yet and you're interested, well worth it. One of the subscribers put me onto him and I started watching him and I'm like, wow. And he's got a really calm voice, very technical in his detail. His script is fantastic, really well presented. So I won't do that today. I think I need to do a bit more education on those and then I'll start filling that out. All right, cheers. All right, here we go. A few more. This time we've got the non-hatched. So when I say non-hatched, at the background, see the white between the head and the outer? If you have a look at these ones have got hatching in between the head. See that? So these ones came out in 1916. I haven't got as much information as Ken. I've also made a line for any nice cancellations. I mean, that's a beautiful cancellation. The orange ones really stand out a lot. Beautiful with the cancellations on them. And the spaces it all out a bit nicer, I feel. That page looks really nice. So this is 1916, 1916, 1916. And this one is 1917, so I just stuck it on the end of the page. We've got a nice perforation there. And then these ones follow up in 1918. There's a mint stamp there. It's worth less than the used. The used is worth $9. And look at this one. This is perfection. And then I've just left a line if I find any more with some nice postmarks, because I love postmarks. And I might even chase down to see if I can get different towns and things like that. I know people do that. Talking to John, he said that people do chase up the cancellations for towns. And we've got a spare line on there, that's okay. But this is fairly sparse, this page, but room to grow. All right, let's go on to the next one. So I'm going to put these into my binder. It's very exciting. All right, this has taken me 4 or 5 hours this morning. I can't believe I looked at my watch and it's like 1 o'clock. So the day has just gone by, but I just didn't want to give up. My neck is killing me from bending it down. I had an operation many years ago, so I can't bend it down for too long, but I committed. I had to get it done. So what I do is I'll just go through the pages really quickly and then we'll have a look at them. So this is how each page is set out. So you can just sort of have a look of an overview. They sort of look fairly full. I did find one amazing stamp, and probably one of the Johns or someone else has sent it to me, either by mistake or I got it in an auction lot. If one of you tried to surprise me with it, you can let me know. I'll thank you very much. So there we go, and that's it. And the leftover, oh no, that one there, that's the final page. And they're the leftovers that I'm going to keep because I've got to work out all the war printings and the peace printings. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through them a little bit better and I'll explain what I did. Nice zoom in so you can see them. Rightio, so this is the 1900s, and these are Reichspost. So they have Reichspost, no, not Deutschpost. So they do stand out, and you can tell them apart very easily. McCall's Specialist Catalogue, it starts at 53, and this is our first one, 2PF. Then I have a 3, but it's a mint, which is, yeah, it still looks beautiful. Here we've got the 5. This one here has got a lot of cancer. I did drop that into hot water. Hopefully it stopped, but I will try and replace it as soon as possible. Here's our next one. It's our 10PF, and there's some really nice cancellations on those and colours. We then have the Ultramarine, and as you can see, I've written in the top of these little tags Reichspost, so it stands out straight away, because people may look at them and go, oh, that's the same as the other one, why are we repeating? But it sticks out. There's nil watermark on these as well. This unfortunately has got a bit of toning. Hopefully that's stopped with the hot water. Just a nice postmark. I'll zoom out just a little bit. We are missing some. So I've gone ahead and filled out the ones I'm missing, because it's just really nice to be able to chase those up and fill them out. Now I can get mint of other things in as well. So this page may turn into 2 pages later on. That's quite a nice one there. I think it's the most expensive one I've got for $3.60. I've converted all the euros into Australian dollars, just so I know. I do that because, I don't know, I used to do it as a kid. I find it fun. And you never know when you come across a really expensive, cool stamp. Rightio, so now we go into the Deutsches Reich. There's all the hatching on them. And again, still no watermark. And all the perforations are the same for the whole series, 14 by 14 1/4. So really the only difference on these is the year, still no watermark, and we've got hatching, and that's that hatching there. So if we go back to the first one, yeah, that's Reichspost. The only difference is Deutsche Reich now. Yeah, so you've got Deutsche Reich. Very nice stamps, some really nice cancellations in here. I've got all these given to me or from auction lots, so I apologise. Either my American John or my Australian John, you sent this stuff, and I haven't picked up that you've sent me a very expensive stamp or a very cool stamp. I had no idea what people were sending me, so I've really got to sit back and do all this research, but I have been surprised later on, and I'll show you that stamp. I put cancellations, as I've said before. They just look amazing. And Australian John and American John have said that people do collect cancellations. Everyone knows on this channel, I love socked on the nose. We've got the green, beautiful, again, nil watermark, beautiful cancels, fills the page. And I like filling the whole page with different colors, like these are all different colors and stuff like that. It just makes the page look great. You're gonna have people out there going, you know, you've got beautiful white pages and just select one of each, but how do you pick this dark one and this light one? Like, I don't know. I can't do it. All this beautiful cancellation. Which one do you make better? Which is the best stamp out of all of these? You know, to me, yeah, I can't pick. You know, this cancellation might be my favorite. You know, this might be my favorite stamp because they've got the 24, it's got the date. You can see it's Hamburg, perfect. But then this looks really nice, and then this looks really nice. So you get confused. So easy to collect them all. And then we've got the red carmine. There's a lot more of these, a lot more common, only $2.35 each. And again, that price is for perfect condition. A lot of these won't be worth that. But again, some of these with the cancellations, and I have to research that, might be worth more than that because, you know, because of the different country, like Worms. I mean, where is Worms? I saw that and went, oh my gosh. So, beautiful stamps. And I really like these Germanias. Right, so the next one, it's a continuation. Again, no watermark, nil watermark. These Ultramarines, I really like these. The colour differentiations is just so unique. It stands out. I don't know if you can see it on the camera so well, but here in live format, it's just amazing. Now, all I know about German stamps at the moment is from what the Mikkel Specialised album, the Reich album, and so I'm not 100%, not as good as a lot of people out there, but there are YouTube channels like Ken's Stamp Collection. He's all over this stuff, and hopefully in the years to come I will become, you know, far better. This stamp here is worth $5. These probably won't be. A perfect example is worth $5. But the cancellations are beautiful. Oh yeah, I love these two-tone stamps. They're my favorite. Absolutely amazing. This one here is $6.80. It's a beautiful stamp. All of these are beautiful. Rightio, so then we move on to the next one. And the beauty with putting these numbers here is when we change them up and everything like that, when I start inserting all the other stamps, which I have got other stamps in this album, I know where to slot them all together. And these, I've set these out in runs. So in the Mikkel's catalogue, you know, now we've got Watermarks. This is the Watermarks. So if you have a look, the numbering sequence, the last one's 77 here, Mikkel 77, and that jumps to Mikkel 83. So there is 6 stamps, which will be another page I insert here, that will cover those. But I just wanted to sort these out because they were so complex. I'm missing the 83, the 2PF for this one here, so I need to get hold of that. I've got a mint version of this one, that's $5.40. This mint version is worth more than the used, which is quite unique. So I've got a Watermark 1. So if you have a look at the front of the Mikkel's catalogue, there is no Watermark, Watermark 1 and Watermark 2. If I can show you what Watermark 1 looks like, it's just really hard. A lot of them, I really had to spend a lot of time. Some of them stick right out. I mean, I can see that. It's like they're little triangles. Not triangles, diamonds. So 2 triangles there, that's better. That's what it looks like. And if I can get that a little bit closer, you can see them. So diamond, diamond, and got white spaces. Watermark 2, and I'll show you, are like a big round circle type things. So, and no watermark, you can't see anything. So I spent, come up here every morning for an hour or two trying to sort through the watermarks and everything, and made those piles that you saw. And I just cut little numbers and put them up there. But you need to spend the time to do all that. These are beautiful. These cancellations, unbelievable, unbelievable. I can really sit back and enjoy that with a cup of coffee. The green, look at this. They really show nice cancellations. Some really nice color differentiations. So they're beautiful. Don't think that I'm going to come here and try and work out which color is which and name each color. Even in the Mikkel's, it goes green to dark green or whatever. It will not point out every other color. In Australia, you have the 1D KGVs, and they've got different shades of red, and they've given them names for everything, and I can't even do that. I mean, I think you need to buy a full set of stamps with all the colours that have been verified by a proper person, and then you could probably do it. These are beautiful ultramarines, again, first watermark, so all the diamonds in the back, beautiful differentiations. Perforations, if I see them, I always turn them upside down so you can see them a lot better. Yeah, I mean, you can then, I mean, this is good because you can see the watermark and then the perforation. I mean, you can do it this way as well, but it doesn't stand out as much. I always like to do them this way, and I always put them at the end. I put a lot of stamps at the end if they've got a bit of toning or if they've got the perforation. Fills up the page as well. These here, I put here is yellow paper, so you'll find that this paper is just very yellow. So very much different. It doesn't come out in the catalogue. They're probably all yellow, but this is just more yellow. You can really see the watermark a lot better. It's quite nice. It gives it a whole tinge to the colour. Also read in the McKell's catalogue there's a particular stamp that you can't really put in water because it runs. It would have been nice to know before I washed them. You probably see my washing video soon before this comes up. These are really nice. I think these stamps here up here are probably worth the most at $6.30. These here are beautiful. Love these two-tone stamps. Love them all. Very pretty. All right, next one is, oh yeah, a continuation, still Watermark 1. Very nice. I've just put single lines, I've put those, it's a bit extra. Again, I mean, this is ripped, but it's a really nice stamp. They're worth a bit. These here, I reckon they're worth $32 each. So I find that hard to believe. The price of those just jumped through the roof. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm wrong with that. Let me know. I can change it. Sometimes catalogs do make a mistake, finger pressing. But a lot of different variations in colour, as you can see, which is quite interesting. And then we've got those. Yeah, and I've just kept that. It's just a nice looking stamp. I find it hard to throw out two-tone stamps. All right, now we've got a different stamp. Came out in 1916. There's no hatching here. So it's got that white. So I'll just compare it back to this previous page. As you can see, the hatching is all through here. And this stamp here stands out, no hatch. Still Watermark 1. It's quite nice, variation in colours. I put this down here, beautiful cancellation. If it just come over a couple more millimetres and turned around, it'd be perfect if we could read the name, but still very nice looking stamp. Orange is very nice with cancellations, they really stick out. I think we've got a KGV, orange KGV, and in the Australian collection, and all the cancels look beautiful on these. Like, look at these, absolutely gorgeous. I think that's probably, yeah, these stamps are $5.40 each. In perfect condition. Look at the colour variations. Like, that's insane. Dark orange, light. I was going to try and grade them, but I think by mixing them up, you can really tell the differentiation in colours. Colours difference here. We've got our brown here, still on Watermark 1. Yep, no hatch again. And then we've got our 15, no hatch. Thank you to everyone that's been sending me stamps. I've filled this up with that. Look at this stamp, this is perfect. Look at that. What a socked on the nose. Just amazing. That's what you love, isn't it? All right, next one is Watermark 1, still no hatching. Up here, this is mint. It's worth $1.80. Used is worth $9. And then you've got your beautiful socked on the nose. It's probably worth more than that. Without a doubt, out of those two stamps, I'd go for this one every single time. Out of all three stamps, I still go for this one. I mean, it just looks beautiful. A lot of people go, oh, but I love the beauty of this. Yeah, that's great. But that shows you that the post office worker spent the time to hit the cancellation perfect on the stamp, you know. It then travelled, what, anywhere from, 50 kilometres to 100, 200, 300, 1,000 kilometres. And then someone's taken it off envelope, soaked it, and kept it. It's gone through all that. Someone just bought it at a post office and chucked it in an album. Boring. This one, they just didn't, it's just shoddy. Just very dirty and messy. That, perfection. So, they're worth more, without a doubt. Socked on the nose have to be worth more. And the more I've started chasing them up over the last 10, 20 years, the prices have gone through the roof for these. No hatching again. And then at 104, McKell's 104, straight after this, and in the same period, they went back to hatching again. So they filled in for the two-tone, which is quite nice. They're $5.40. Yeah, this is probably the most expensive stamp, $9. That one there is my favourite. As I've said 100 times. All right, rightio. So now we're back at hatching again. We've got our first watermark. This is 50, look at this, mint is 50 cents. and used is $4.50. Look at the colour. There's a red brown. That's brown. And there's some nice cancellations. This here is some beautiful, pardon me, orange. Some nice cancellations. And then we had this just popped up. So 141, 142, 143. No hatching. So when I first started putting these stamps together, I tried to do it without the catalogue. I just pulled the, the non-hatching together and everything like that. But then you really need to go through the catalogue because this came out in 1920 with these. So there are different ways. And I just put no hatch on there just to make sure everyone understood. And then I think I put on this one hatched just to make sure people understood the difference. But these are the beauty things about using a catalogue, especially a specialist catalogue. And because I've gone through and done this, this will be classed at the end as a specialised German collection because I've used a specialised catalogue. Rightio, now we've moved on to type 2 watermark. Let's see if I can. Oh, that doesn't really stand out too much. Some stand out. This is mint. It's worth 40 cents, and these are worth $3.60. Nope, doesn't stand out. Some of the, I'm trying to find a watermark. You can sort of see it, the circles, but it doesn't stand out too well. Some of them just stand out so well. Oh, these are watermark 1. Oh, it's still watermark 1. That's okay. I thought we're up to watermark 2. We've got perforations. So these are all out in 1920 as well. That's the follow-on from the previous page. There are, oh, this is right. Look at this. This is we move into type 2 and type 1. Type 1 and type 2. And what this is to do with is, just let me have a look. It is with, so the type 2 is all perfect. You can see the crown, and type 1 you can't see the little crown. So if we, if you go up here, you can see the crown at the top, and the 30s are not touching and everything. So this is type 2. A type 1, the top of the cross you can't see, it's blended into the black background, and the 30s are touching the sides, and the Durchreich is a bit bigger and off to one side, either touching, and it's not centered. Type 2 is all perfectly centered. You can see the crown and the 30s are centered. That is outlined in the Mikkel's catalogue. It was quite good looking through all those. I've just left spaces here so I can fill these up. So type 1A, type 2B. This is a porous print, so it's different again. This is our carmine, 2As. And this is a lilac. And then this one. There's no type 1 or 2. Oh yes, type 2 for this one as well. And there's type 1 here, it's not filled. There's no different types, it's just a normal one for this one here, and that's all covered in the Mikkel's catalogue. And this is a type 2, type 1, there's none there. And drum roll please, you'll see, oh my god, a type 1. So you can tell with the Durchreich is a lot larger. The crown at the top is missing. Now, I couldn't really see the crown, but when I looked in close, I noticed that you couldn't see it at all. But the Durchreich is touching. See, that's not centered properly. So that is a type 1, which is worth, drum roll, $126 Australian. So, unbelievable. Well, this one's probably not too perfect, so it'd be worth less than that, but still, oh my god. And the type 2, where they're perfectly centered, you can see the crowns, the 80s are not touching, anything like that, $5.40. So I want to now look through the videos and see who gave me that. Either I gave it or got it at auction, because that is just amazing. Here's our violet 1M. Quite, look at these, look at that. That's just so clear. I just got to take that up to the camera. That's just beautiful. Really nice. $5.40. that'd be worth more with that cancellation. Rightio. These are beautiful two-tone. There's no different types with these. It's quite nice. Then we've got the overprints. I think I've got the last overprint somewhere in my book, so I just got to go find that. There is again type 1, type 2. Type 1 and this top one here is, this is mint that's used, but type 1 is a low gloss overprint and type 2 is full gloss. And then this here is a low gloss print, and this is a matte print. That's mint that's used. This one here is glossy and this one's matte. This one here looks very glossy. This one here looks matte, so I think it's the way. Again, until I get more of those, I can't verify, but it does look, it's either matte or faded. And then these I have to find. I've left spaces, so I need to go back to McKell's, double check, and I can buy them and fill them up. Yep, PF 75, and then a last two-tone and a U perforation. Oh, this really shows, and these are all watermark too, and this really shows a great example of the watermark. See that? The circle, round circle, it's not a diamond. So that looks perfect. Great for a watermark. I might print out some watermark things. So I like doing this in my albums. It's printing out the watermark and keeping it up so people can see when I go watermark 1, they will know what I'm talking about. I do that in my kangaroos and KGV. So I'm going to have to do that for here as well. So I'll blow up the McKell's catalogue and do it like that. Alright guys, I'm going to try and edit this video together now. That was a great morning. I really want to have a shout out to Ken's Stamp Collecting YouTube channel. I've been watching him religiously while my boy trains at inline and ice hockey. I've really learnt a lot from him. A lot of the subscribers, I love the detail that you put into my descriptions. If I don't answer you back straight away, the theory is every time I sort of push on all the comments, they come up, and if it's people just saying, hey, great video and everything, I answer them back straight away. But when people give me a lot of detail and go look at this number and go do this and go do that, I don't answer the comments straight away. Sometimes I leave it for a week or two because I need to get back on the computer, get in the right frame of mind, open up the album, and then go through and check what you've said. And then I can go, oh, grab that, put that here, do this, do that. So it's really nice to know that I can read your comment. If I don't answer it or like it or anything like that, it stays up in my feed like an email box, and I can go through, double check, see what you've said, learn from it, because I love learning from your comments. It's just education. And yeah, then I answer you back going, hey, thanks, I did that, I chased it up and everything like that. So yeah, if I don't answer comments straight away, that's the reason. And comments are getting not out of hand. I love them. They help with the algorithm. So please comment. If you got anything to say, put it in there. Make a comment and say, I think this, or this is what I know, because everyone gets from it. And that's what this community is about. It's all of us learning together. All right. If you can, like the videos, that helps. Comment. Thank you very much. That's fantastic. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Have a great holiday. I think we're all still on holidays. I think today is New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Got up about 8 o'clock, had to stay up until midnight. Can you believe my boy organised with all his mates to go play hockey for 3 hours before midnight. Celebrated, played for another 30 minutes and then went home. Unbelievable. He is hockey mad. Anyway, guys, Happy New Year. Let's make 2026 the biggest year of them all. Let's do heaps of stamp videos. Let's get really involved. I need you guys to dig out your stamp collections, work on them. So get up early, spend an hour every morning and work on them, and just do a little bit, because it all counts and it makes our collections grow. Cheers, guys. Have a great one. Bye.